Hey there. Today we'll quickly learn on how to secure your end-to-end workflows and from any kind of sensitive data, right? A lot of companies these days are rushing to build AI agents and AI apps, but the problem is that most of them secure only the top layer, right? So problem here is that most of these companies either put in a DLP, wherein this DLP will block all sort of sensitive prompts or sensitive files, whatever it is, and completely block you from using any of this data. Or these companies basically use some redaction tools or traditional tokenization tools, which will strip out the entire sensitive data, like the name, email ID, phone number, and stuff like that, and make that particular data completely useless for AI, right? The major problem in this kind of things is that you're blocking your AI full potential. So you can use this data or parts of the sensitive data also to process and get better outputs, right? So this is wherein Protecto's API comes in, right? So we are launching Protecto SaaS APIs today. We have a very good free trial. You can test it out for 14 days. You integrate it anywhere in your AI workflow. Now, this is just an example on NA10. Built this particular workflow to just showcase how Protecto's APIs will work. You can use these APIs across any platforms, whether it is CrewAI, Autogen. If you have built your own LangChain agents, wherever possible, you can use this, right? So let's get into it and I'll show you how it works. So in our case, what I'm doing is this workflow, what it does is it's basically reading an email that is coming to your inbox. In this case, it is Gmail, right? So once that email comes in, uh, it'll send it to Protecto's masking API. Now, what will Protecto's masking API do is it'll go through the entire email body, identify the sensitive data is in it, right? Either it is PII, PHI, or PCI, whichever entities, and it'll tokenize it. Now, this tokenized data can be sent to your AI. In this case, it is Gemini. It could be any other AI module, like say it is ChatGPT or OpenAI, or it is Claude, or it is Grok, DeepSeek, you name it, right? And then once the data is processed, you can use that data to again unmask using Protecto's unmasking API, and then further use that unmasked data to send as a reply in the same email or use it wherever you want. Let's say you want to send a Slack channel reply, or you want to put it into a CRM, or you want to put it into an Excel sheet. It's left to you. So this is how it works, right? So in this case, I'm taking this email as an example. Let's say this is a very simple example. Let's say you've got this particular email about your employee and your customer details, sort of an onboarding email wherein there are a lot of details, sensitive details. Now, if you can see, there is employee details here, which has a lot of sensitive data, name, email ID, phone number, address, government IDs, passport number, and a lot of stuff. Certain banking details like account number, routing number, credit card details, and all this, and also some health record details, right? Now, if you have to send this particular data to an AI as it is, then it's a breach of privacy. You're not following certain compliances like GDPR, HIPAA, DPDP, and stuff like that, right? And it becomes a problem. Let's say if you're serving an enterprise client or you're in a very privacy focused industry, you cannot really use AI with these kind of data, right? So what do we do? So you can use Protecto's API. So what I'll do is I'll just fetch this particular email. Now you can see I fetch this email. I ran this step, and you can see I fetch this exact email over here. Now you can see this is the same email. Now what we'll do is we'll send this email to Protecto's masking API, right? So Protecto has very simple APIs for you to use it. So this makes it very simple for you to integrate it anywhere across your entire workflow or your entire AI systems, whether it is an AI agent built on CrewAI or Autogen or any other platforms, or it could be, let's say, your AI app, right? You have built an app that does, let's say, AI chat or something like that. You can use it there as well, right? So what we'll do is we'll send this particular email body to Protecto's masking API, and we'll get a response from Protecto. What Protecto will do is now it'll go through all the text that it has got, and it'll identify the sensitive bits and only mask those sensitive bits. So here in this case, you can see this is the tokenized value that we have got. You can see the name, it's tokenized, the date of birth is tokenized, email ID, phone number, address, DL, passport, all these things are basically tokenized, right? So the good thing about Protecto is that Protecto doesn't really rely on regex or any logics to basically identify sensitive data. Uh, our data identification engine basically understands the entire context of the text that you're sending, right? So it knows what a name is, what a date of birth is, and stuff like that. And it not really relies on certain patterns. It can really understand the data behind a particular word or context behind a particular word and give you a proper identification, right? So let's say in this case, date of birth could be in any format, right? Or it could be in either in just numbers or with different separators, or it could be just numbers and let's say the text, like say October, November, December, stuff like that. AI can our identification engine can still identify this particular sensitive data and mask it, right? You can see a lot of other data is also masked, like the CVV, expiry date, um, and government IDs, a lot of stuff, right? So now, once this data is masked, now you can use this data to process your AI, for processing on your AI, right? So the main thing is that Protecto tokenizes data in a way wherein the tokens are quite consistent. You know, if you can see, this is a full name, but if in case the same name appears somewhere in the context, it can retain the same tokens. Now, if you can see, there is a person's name. This is the first name token for that person's name. And if I can show you, there is the same token for another token, another name. It is the same person's name. Now, if you can see here, it is the same token, right? So this helps AI to stitch between context and understand if this is the actual person or the same person or a different person. And since the tokens are very consistent, it becomes very easy for AI to give you proper and better answers, right? So that's how it works. Protecto's tokenization works on entropy based tokenization. So it is quite strong and quite random and adds a lot of noise. So that's a good thing for security, right? So now what you can do is now you can send this particular data to AI. Now, if you can see here, this is the tokenized data. I'll be sending this tokenized data to Gemini here. So now Gemini will reply you back. All right. So Gemini will reply you back with the tokens that it had got. And I can replace these tokens, or I can directly send it to someone, let's say someone you want to share it, or you want to upload it anywhere, or let's say you want to put it into a CRM and stuff like that, right? So what if I have to unmask it? Well, that's easy. Go to Unmasking API. Protecto offers you Unmasking API. Just enter the data that you want to unmask that you have masked previously, right? So in this case, I'm just sharing this data. If you can see, this is the masked data. Now I'll unmask it. Protecto will give me this data back, and you can see the data is unmasked, and that particular token is replaced with the actual person's name. All right. So that's as simple as that. Now you can use this data to either send it as an email reply in the same email conversation or put it wherever that you want. Right. So this way you can use those SaaS APIs to protect and secure your entire AI workflow. So n8n is one good example because n8n is quite popular out there in the market right now, and a lot of people use it. So you can use it. We have a free trial that you can use. We've just launched it. Go ahead and try it and let us know how you found it. Right? Thank you.